Hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. I just wanted today to do the that's Amy at Crafty Cats challenge. That's the 50 stack challenge. And this week her prompts were Little Golden Book and Spring. So I've had a little think about what I want to do. I'm still not really very sure. I have got a little golden book, but I didn't want to cut it up. And I have had other golden books, but my granddaughter's got them at the moment. So I'm taking that prompt as being a children's book. So I might start with that, and I've got a couple of ideas for it. So little golden books are children's books. And so I pulled out a few pages from a Beatrix Potter book. So that's going to be my take on little golden books, because as Amy says, there's no rules and I need my scoreboard and I didn't pick it up. Just one moment. Oh, noisy. So the prompts, as I say, were Little Golden Book and Spring. But there's no rules, so it doesn't mean you have to use a Little Golden Book. And as I say, I'm going to use Beatrix Potter. So why not? So what do I want to do? I'm hoping to do a cat book. So I thought if I do something with the Beatrix Potter, the Three Little Kittens, and that's Tom Kitten. And Tom Kitten's always naughty, always. Then I can use these, or I can use this in a cat book, can't I? So I think I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this into a pocket. It's always a shame because you've got things on the backs, but I've got 2 or 3 copies of these because if I find Beatrix Potter books in charity shops, I always pick them up. And the small Beatrix Potter books, I've got oodles of them. If anyone in the UK wants any, just let me know. So I'm gonna start by making a fold. Oopsie daisy. A straight one would be nice, Carol. I'm going to fold that up at the bottom. It hasn't scored it very well, actually. It's there. This is quite stiff paper, but I didn't want to go and put the score thingy through them. But I don't think I'm going to need to strengthen it at the top, so I'm going to cut it at a height. Can't use any of those bits. It is a shame. It's always a shame when you've got pictures on the back of a book and you can't use everything. So this is going to be a pocket. So I want to get that butterfly in. Oh, gosh. So I'm going to score it there. And then I guess I want it to be I'm going to score it there. Oh, I just got the cat's tail in. I was hoping that I would. So I hope you're all okay. Things here are ticking on as they do. That's a lovely pocket, isn't it? What did I do yesterday? Today's Monday. I'm not sure when this video will go out, but today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday then. How clever am I? I can work backwards on days of the week. Carol, you are a twit-nit sometimes. It's been quite quiet here. Well, I say quite quiet. We took my mum for one of her appointments on a Saturday of all things. So that was different. But things are ticking over here. I just don't at the minute seem to find an awful lot of time to devote to crafting. So that's going to be a pocket, which I think makes a lovely pocket with the Beatrix Potter. Now this says, when the kittens were ready, Mrs. Tabitha unwisely turned them out into the garden while she made hot buttered toast. So you can see there, I hope you can see there, she's got a toasting fork. So I might try and put those words. Keep your frocks clean, children. Oh dear, that's fatal, isn't it? You can see where that's going, can't you? Keep your frocks clean. Famous last words when you're talking to children. Oh, I took my dog a walk this morning. I went and met my my niece, who lives in the next village to us. We walked the dogs. She's got a little boy and she's just recently had a baby just before Christmas. So it's always nice going for a walk with them. And we were walking through a car park. She needed to pick some milk up. And we're walking through a car park and a little boy, as little boys do, somebody had dropped a carton of tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes. And what did he do but go running up to the cherry tomatoes that were in the car park and stamped on it just as his mum tried to grab him. Well, to say that they were little tiny cherry tomatoes, it sprayed and it went all up her boots, all up her trousers, and she had tomato seeds stuck to her coat. And he thought it was hilarious. And I've got to say, I did see the funny side of it, but you try not to chuckle. At least I was trying not to chuckle anyway. I didn't do very well, I have to say. Oh dear, kids do make me laugh, honestly. And they grow up so quickly, don't they? But yes, he was a little monkey. But then, to me, I just expect little boys to be monkeys anyway. That's just what they're made of. What's that nursery rhyme? What a little girl's made of, sugar and spice and all things nice, and little boys are made of something snails and puppy dog tails, isn't it? They look for mischief, don't they? And they just certainly find it. I'm nattering away while I'm just cutting this piece of paper, because I want to make this into a tag to go into the pocket. So it's a simple, nice and simple one, this. So that would go in there as a pocket. And I think that would look nice in a journal. I don't know if I've got any tags that I would add to it. I might look for some butterflies. I've got butterflies somewhere. There are a couple of moths in here, but they're those the ones with this skull on. I don't think I want to add skulls onto this one. Don't know what I've got in here actually. These, sorry, I don't know if you can see, these are little bits and snips from I quite like that actually. There's a bumblebee there, look, and there's the butterfly there. So I think I might put that on there. These are labels from Brygida, and Brygida is Kleeblatt Creations. And I will try and link what I use below. But, you know, it's not always easy when you're doing a journal to remember what you've used and what you haven't used. I quite like that with the little butterfly on. There's a little bee there. I think that might be too much to put both of them on. And I think what I might try and do maybe is use these words. So I think, do I have a glue book somewhere? I think that I might put this on. Hoping that'll stick because these book pages are a bit glossy. Oopsie. It's hard to tell if that's level or not actually, but I quite like the little bee. And then Moppet and Mittens are walking down. Oh, and they've trodden on the pinafore dresses and they've fell on the noses. Oh no, and they've got green smears all over the tops. So they're going to turn the pinafores back to front. Oh dear. They're just getting in a mess, aren't they? Really are getting in a mess. I could actually add these on it as well. Do you know what I'm going to do? What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, cut it down, just dropping all my bits on the floor without a care in the world. Let's climb up the garden wall, said Moppet. Oh, that little Moppet, she's leading them astray. She's leading them astray. But I think what I might like to do is kind of put a, what do you call those things that you open up on the back? They're not studs, what are they called? Split pins, but they know that we don't call them split pins, we call them something else. And I can hear you all shouting at me, but it's no good. I'm not listening. I can't hear you. But I might back these. I think that I would like to back these and have them together. I might do it that way. Sort of pin them together, but make them into tags. Put a hole in the corner, and then there can be three cat tags all together, and then we'll have Tom Kitten peeping over the top. Sorry, there he is, Tom Kitten peeping over the top. So I think that's what I'm going to do with those. Figure out how I can attach them together. Oops. Do you know, sometimes paper clips are so fiddly, aren't they? So that we've got 3 tags, because I will back them. And then you've got 3 tags in that pocket. And I might cut that down just a little bit. So that's one. Oh, and I want to keep those words, because I might try and put those words on there as well. So that's my first one. So that is in place of Little Golden Book. So instead of a Little Golden Book, I've used Beatrix Potter. So after Beatrix Potter, or the Little Golden Book, sorry, it was spring. Now I've got all sorts of ideas for spring, and I probably haven't got enough time to do them all, but I'm going to try and do a couple just to give you a couple of ideas of what might work. Of course, I've got Edith Holden, and I've got this one here that says April, and then I've got this with the apple, well, with blossom. It probably is apple blossom actually, and the birds on. And what I want to do is make this into a pocket to go onto this. And I have done this before, but I haven't done it for a while, so I might not be able to remember how to do it. So I've scored that at where I wanted to get the bird in, and I wanted to get the nest in. And then I am going to score down here, because I want to make this into a pocket. And again, I've not pressed ever so hard. I always worry that if you press too hard, you're going to go through. So that will make a pocket. So that's good. I'm going to cut this excess off here. Let's just move that. I want to cut this extra bit off. Oops, everything's collapsing. So that will, I've put a little gusset on there, so that will attach on there. Again, you're going to lose the back of that, but you can't always get everything in, can you? I'm going to, I don't need it as tall as this. Not at all, I don't, because the book pages or the journal pages that you would use it in are usually, on mine, they're about 8 inches tall if I use a journal page. I don't know about the rest of you, so 8 inches is there, look. So I'm going to do this. It's you have to do it down. You have to do it down the lines, don't you? Where did I say? So 8 inches is about the height of a paper. I'm going to do this at 7.5. Did anybody see my scissors have gone? They've gone. And this is the back. So I only need one flap. I don't need this one at the back. So that will flap up. And that will close to be a pocket. I am going to put a little notch in there without cutting off the bird's head. So there we've got, that's a pocket. Let's seal this up. So we've made a pocket out of Edith Holden book page. Oh, come on, glue. Looks like my glue's all messy. I've got a dry glue on the end of it. So that glue's on there. Okay. And then this, I want this when folded. It can be a little bit bigger, but that's going to go on here, and it's going to be a flip. So this will be on the inside. So how wide did this end up? This ended up at, Carol, come on, 3 inches. So I only need this to be about 6 inches wide. I'm hoping to keep the word April, but I won't, I'll lose these bits at the bottom. So I'm going to cut that one off there. And I'm going to cut that there. I want it to be about 8 inches tall. I'm going to do it slightly smaller than. I don't want to cut the bird's tail off. That would be a shame. Take a bit off the top. It's 8 inches. I'm going to go a bit less. Okay. So this, I want this to be on the inside of the fold. That went wonky, didn't it? Very wonky donkey. I know you're all saying I should have used my scoreboard. Okay, and then this is going to sit on there like that, not like that, like that, and be a tuck. I'm just wondering if I can chop that 58 off without losing the bird's head. And I think I can. Although now I've lost that. Lost that little divot now, haven't I? Oh, do you know, I thought I'd cut the bird's head off then. Oh, that would have been a disaster. Okay, so this is going to go on here like so. haven't folded it very straight. And I might want a little piece of paper just at the top there. I don't know. This is going to have a little divot in here. I want something just to stick at the top. I haven't got any paper. One moment. Okay, I'm back. I found a little piece of paper. That'll do. Glue stick. So I'm just going to put this at the top because I don't want it to be all cream. Otherwise, you can't tell the difference, can you? Between the pocket and the... Oh God, I've stuck that to the paper. Come on, Carol, that paper's way too sticky. So I'm going to put that at the top there. That's not quite level. Why is it when you've got the video on that sometimes you just can't cut things straight and level? I don't know, is the answer. I have no idea. Let's get rid of that sticky page. Don't want that. Okay. Now this I'm going to stick on here, like so. But I'm only going to stick it on 3 sides. So I'm going to hold the bit that I don't want to stick. And I'm going to apologise to this bird that's on here because it didn't get chosen this time. Next time I'll choose that bird. And I'm going to stick it to this against that. Oopsie. Fold there. So that's just stuck on 1, 2, 3 sides, like that. So there's a tuck spot just there, but when you open it, there's also a tuck spot if you don't pull it when it's still wet, that is. Let it dry, Carol. There's also a tuck spot here, in there. So you've got 3 tuck spots with this. You've got one just there. You've got that one there. This will glue on a page to be a flip, and you'll have a tuck spot just there as well. So what I should have done was cut a notch in that at the same time that I did that side. It's not going to be in the same place, but it's close. Oh, actually, that was pretty damn good. So if I had a kit page, so if this was a kit page like this, it would glue on. So this back page would get glued 1, 2, 3, so that when you put it on there, that would flip open. You've got a tuck spot there, you've got a tuck spot there, and you've got a tuck spot there in the top. So I think that is nice. And if it's still too tall, I can cut a little bit off there and still keep the April. But I think that makes, and that's spring. April is spring, isn't it? We've got the lambs in the field, and we've got the beautiful primroses and cowslips and things. So that's spring. And I've got a spring poem there that I want to keep with that, because I want that to be, it's what the name is, I think it's April, what April means, opening for spring. So I want to cut that out, and that'll be the tag that goes in there so that we know that's spring. The other thing that I thought was that I could do a couple of pockets using a book page, and I think I've got time to do it with you. So I might do, just because I'm enjoying myself, and it doesn't mean you've only got to do one project with this, does it? But I was going through the box of bits that I'm just desperately looking for on my desk that were from Brygida. Oh, I've hidden it behind here. Look, here it is. So all the bits and pieces, these are what I've had left over when I've done projects using Clear Black Creations, Brygida. So I thought I would like to use some of those. And I did a project with her bunnies, and I've fussy cut these out. These have been fussy cut. They come on a cut like a card. And I've fussy cut them out. They come in different sizes and I love them. And I did a project that I'd like to do another one with using those. And I thought I would just use a couple of them on some nice spring-like book page. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to put some bunnies on a book page. And I think that I'm going to cut this. I'll do it 5 1/4. How tall is this? Does anybody know? 10. So I'm actually going to do it 5. Yep. Because then I can get 2 pockets out of that, can't I? Let's just get my little scoreboard a minute. So I want to make this into a pocket. And I might make it a pocket that flips. So I'm going to score at the side. So that will go, I've probably done that the wrong way round. Which side do I want the bunny? Do I want them on that side amongst the white flower? That looks quite nice actually, doesn't it? I'm going to fold that like that. I'm going to do a little fold across the bottom. Okay. I'm trying to think on my feet here, folks, how this is going to work. Yeah, that'll work. Cut this extra off. I don't need this bit, I think. You watch, I'll find I should have left that one on. Doesn't really matter, as long as you've got one of them, you're good to go. So that's going to close up as a pocket. I think I want that on the inside. Right, let's close this. Here's my glue. Let's get this pocket closed up. Am I still on screen for you? I am. So that's going to close as a pocket. And I'm going to close this one on here. And I should have put a notch in there, but I might do it front and back. I'll go through both. Let me just level that up there. Let's cut that level. Okay, let's do a notch because it's a pocket. So the way that this one will work is, if this is my journal page, I'm going to attach this onto the edge of a page so it will flip like that. But this one, I will add a piece of paper to it to make it a pocket. Does that make sense? So for example, I would add something on it like that, so that it flips out, but then you've got that as a pocket there, if that makes sense. And actually that looks quite nice on there, so I might add that on there as a pocket, and then you can see what I mean. I don't know if that's straight, but I like the greens together. So that will glue on here. So I'm going to encase this in this paper. I'm going to put the glue down the edge so as it glues. Like that. Okay. We don't need it as long as that, so I'm going to cut that off without cutting off the bottom of my pocket. Oh, that was messy, Carol. You know why? It's because my blade's blunt. Never mind, it'll be okay. We're not worrying. I'm going to do it a bit longer. And where it's just jagged, that fold it up. That's okay. I'm just looking for a scrap of paper that I can fix that tear with. Sometimes that happens, doesn't it? Your blade gets blunt. Where did I put my glue book? My glue book. Oh, here it is. Sometimes when your blade gets blunt, it tears your paper. Oh gosh, my glue sticks gluing everything now. So I'm going to fix that tear like so. So that's glued to that little piece of paper now. That's fine. I'm going to fold that up. And that's going to go on the back. So that's going to be a nice tuck spot there. So this bit will now get glued, except my glue has gone all disgusting. Oh dear. Sometimes things just don't work out, do they, folks? You know what it's like. Gluey glue. Okay, so that was hard work, wasn't it? But that is then a pocket that will flip like that. And I want to put my little rabbit family on there. With a little bit of ink around the bits where I didn't cut so well. I'm not the world's greatest fussy cutter, I would say. Not nearly. Not anything like. Oops, there we go. But I think that little bunny family then can go on there. Just saw that little blue number tag there out the corner of my eye. I don't want to cover the words up of the flowers there. Now I'm trying to glue them without bending their ears or... Oh dear. I feel really out of sorts doing videos. I feel as if I haven't done any for a while, and then I get a bit jittery and panic that it's all going terribly wrong. So if you're bearing with me, I do appreciate it. They are cute though, aren't they? The bunny family. And this can go in if I do a bunny journal, can't it? I like that. Do you like that? And then I've got it. Oh, I've got enough that I could do another one with another lady bunny rabbit. I've got a couple of other bunnies. She might be nice on that one. I think she would be. So again, I think she could go on there. Actually, I think they could both go on there quite nicely. Have I got time to do that one? We'll make time, shall we? Let's just put those two on there, because I think it's probably a mother and daughter that are out picking flowers. For spring. They've got all these spring flowers. And again, this will stick on the side of a page, the same as the other one, but it's going to flip the opposite way this time. So let's cut this back one off, like that. I didn't leave a little gusset on that one, did I? That's not quite long enough. Never got paper when you need it. How come? How does that happen? This will do. Let's just fold this and glue this on. If you've borne with me to the end, you're superstars. I do feel quite jittery doing videos at the minute. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm not quite sure what I want to do, and then when I think of what I want to do and then it doesn't quite work out, and oh, who knows. But hopefully you get the gist of what I'm doing. I know I've said it before, but if there is anything that you see me do that you would like me to do again because either you've not understood it, or I've gone too quickly, or I've just completely messed it up, or whatever, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to do a video for you if there's something, you know, that you didn't quite catch, or whatever. So that one opens that way. So I want this one to open that way. So this will have a pocket on this side. I just haven't got a piece of paper handy at the moment. But I think I am going to have these two beautiful bunnies walking together, filling their baskets. I wonder if I've got a little something that I could add. Maybe the butterflies. Sorry, I'm just looking in me. I don't think I've got anything small enough. Oh, there's a little tiny yellow ladybird there, look. Yeah, the little tiny ladybird. That's going on there. Right, let's just get rid of that. Let's get these little ladies stuck on here. and then we'll just recap what I've done, and then I'll let you go. So usually I do have my contact details down below in the description. So if there's anything that you've seen me use and you're not sure where I've got it from, or if it's a paper or something, then just contact me on my contact details below. I'm always more than happy to let you know. Why doesn't that want to stick on there? Did I put the glue on the wrong side? So I'm always more than happy to let you know where I've got the papers from, or what book it is, if I can remember. If I've not, if the book's not been completely taken apart, that is. There we go. 2 lovely bunnies filling their baskets full of spring flowers. I didn't notch it, did I? Silly Billy. I hope you can see those lovely bunnies walking through the meadow, collecting the flowers in the baskets. So this one with the family on, that will flip that way. This one with the 2 on will flip in the opposite direction. And again, I'll encase that in a paper so that it makes it into a pocket. So we did those 2 for spring. We did the Edith Holden page for spring, and that's going to be a pocket as well, isn't it? So there's that one as well. And then for the little golden book, I used Beatrix Potter book, and I'm going to put these as tags in there, and that will go into a cat journal. So they're mine for this week's 50 stack challenge. If it was a bit messy and disoriented, I do apologise, and I will see you all later. Take care, folks. Bye.